What's going on, guys? Welcome to the midday market recap. Just happened to check my mic. It is on. I've like super anxiety about that now over the last couple of weeks. I always keep forgetting to turn it on. So got it on there. So welcome to the midday market recap. My name is Brad, and this is the Own the Chaos, which is where we talk about everything over the counter penny stocks. A little bit shifting a little bit to a former over the counter penny stock. And WKHS created a lot of buzz between yesterday and today. And we're going to be talking about how it basically pump and dumped and what to be expecting moving forward on WKHS, which I can't say that I'm very optimistic on, but we'll go into that. So let me go ahead and welcome some folks here. Mark, Quick Red Fox, Lee Davis, Richmond, Blade Runner Trials. What's going on, guys? If you guys are visiting for the first time, first of all, welcome. Hopefully I earned a thumbs up from you as well as a subscription if you want to see more daily content such as this. And I'd also like to invite you into our community, our trading community. It's called WeTradeHQ. It's over at WeTradeHQ.com. The links are in the description below. We have over 4,200 members from around the world learning and growing and celebrating each other's success. It is a great environment to be in, not just dedicated to penny stocks, but anything that you are trading, so that no matter what you're trading, WeTradeHQ is the place for you. So WKHS, why is it a hot topic today? Well, the first, trading 101, right? People come to me within my morning mentorship group and they're like, hey, listen, I saw so-and-so tweeted about this, looks pretty interesting. And then the first thing that I'll tell them is to never base your buying decision based off of a tweet. Well, that includes the president. So what's going on with WKHS? I'm going to share my screen with you here and show you what happened. So Donald Trump tweeted out, great news for Ohio. Just spoke with Mary Barra, CEO of General Motors, who informed me that subject to UAW agreement, GM will be selling their beautiful Lordstown plant to Workhorse, where they plan to build electric trucks. GM will also be spending $700 million in Ohio. Now, really, the news here is about GM, but everybody took that to a new level when they looked at WKHS, realized that Workhorse is a publicly traded company. What did it do yesterday? Well, it ran 200%. And if you bought it at its lows yesterday morning, you experienced quite a trade. If you held on to this, though, and you bought high towards the end of the day, well, you might be in some trouble there. It actually dropped. You probably woke up this morning pre-market feeling pretty good about it but as the market opened, major sell-off within the morning mentorship. I told everybody pre-market that if it can't sustain this critical support at 275, it was going to dump off considerably, and dump off it did, all the way down to $2.10. And it's kind of been just hanging out here around the 225, 230. And honestly, unless you're planning on making a quick day trade out of this, flipping it for a few pennies, long term, I can't see how this is going to be any kind of significant move. And here's why. If you look up the fundamentals, you're going to look at, their latest Q filing or K filing. So this is a 10K, if I'm not mistaken. And you see that they have about 13 million in assets, up from about 11.8, so about $1.2 million up in assets. It's a respectable company. They have a legitimate business going on, but it's not mind-blowing. It's not worth $5.30. And, really, ultimately, all they did was just buy a plant from GM. They just bought a plant to start construction or start, building these electric trucks. And yeah, you can make a lot of money on hype, but you could also lose a lot of money on hype. Unfortunately, I think there's quite a few poor souls here that bought this at the end of the day thinking, oh my God, this is great stuff. Donald Trump's tweeting about a penny stock. It blows up and then it just crashes all the way back down. I don't see any good long-term potential on this one. It's been tough going here. I mean, the consolidation could be worth noting, but long-term potential, I don't know. I don't see any kind of crazy catalyst coming out from them for a long time. So if you're still in this one, I don't anticipate it really kind of moving and blowing anybody's socks off anytime soon. I could be wrong, but this type of hype that was going on, clearly overhyped. Looking at MACD, looking at RSI and Bollinger Bands, you can see how it was just way too hot and then just came crashing all the way back down. You can see that it was quite low here on RSI at the open. So you could have made a decent little flip on this if you bought in at the low at 210. If it happens to break 206, you could be in trouble. If it happens to break 206, you could be in trouble. It's looking decent. It's looking okay right now. But I really, I'd really try to encourage people to not buy into, I can't believe I'm saying this. I try to encourage people not to, buy into, tweets. And it just cracks me up that the president can't even, there's no exception to that rule. So, take that for what you will. WKS probably is something that you can make a decent day trade on if you just play the short-term technicals on like a 5-minute chart. But as far as a swing trade is concerned on this, if you are already red, consider, managing your risk here. And I'm not telling anybody what to do, but this is just kind of like one of those things where I think the hype is going to start cooling down considerably, as it already has. It is what it is. So anyway, it just, I don't know. Kind of blows my mind. It's awfully dangerous when presidents start tweeting about penny stocks, because it could really burn a lot of people. And I imagine that, like, look at all this volume at end of the day on WKHS. And if you look here now, volume is dried up considerably. You got a little bit coming in here, probably some people playing off technicals or whatever, but I mean, it's night and day. It's night and day. You compare the volume between yesterday and today. It just, look at that. Look at this volume that came in, and now you're looking at it now. It's just nothing. You had a huge dumping in the morning, and then everybody's just kind of holding and waiting, hoping that they're not just hanging on to some crazy bag for God knows how long. So there's my take on WKHS. Like I said, take it for what you will. Money can be made on hype. Hype's a real thing. And, it's great, when it works in your favor. But for those of you who bought in too high, especially above the $2.30 range, that sucks. That really sucks. I hope nobody bought in right at the open just to see it come crashing down. Or even bought it pre-market. If anybody bought this pre-market, gosh, what a terrible day. I hope if you shorted it, great. This would have been a great stock to short for sure. All right, so next, I just kind of want to talk a little bit about what we're looking at today. Not this one, because it's a huge turd. QPRC, though, look at this trend. This is something that we got into within the morning mentorship, below a penny at 007, 008, and it just keeps on going. They actually uplisted successfully today to OTCQB. And, I expressed to my folks within the morning mentorship as well that it's not a QB uplisting is always a good thing. It basically legitimizes whatever it is that company's doing. You get them off the pink sheets. They don't have stop signs. They got their shit together, for lack of a better term. And, it's good. I expressed to them, though, that it wasn't going to blow anybody's socks off. However, we did see new 52-week highs on QPRC. It blasted past 4 cents for a time. And then, so we are now experiencing over 400% gains on QPRC. I think there's still a lot more here that's worth accumulating a position on. And I've been saying this now for the last several weeks on QPRC, and it just keeps moving up. So, and VNUE also experienced 52-week highs, or no, not 52-week high. It broke a key resistance that I talked about yesterday in yesterday's live stream, broke past 4 cents. It's still kind of hovering around there. So I think, or not 4 cents, 004, can't talk today. So 004, I think 004 would be a good spot to see if it can sustain that new support level now that it has broken that resistance. So looking for VNUE to make new highs as long as that dilution can stay away. I've been trying to hammer that home with a lot of folks, especially for those of you who are newer to trading, that dilution can be a bad thing as long as, or it can be a bad thing if buying pressure can't overcome that dilution. And so they're not diluting heavily right now. We'll see if they can, keep those diluters off their backs as VNUE continues to go up. Congratulations to anybody who was within our morning mentorship that got in at mid to low twos. Looking pretty good right now. Hopefully you protected your initial investment by selling half of your position and you're just riding off of free shares, because should have experienced damn near close to a 100% gain on VNUE already. So let's see what else we got. Any questions, comments? Do you still do you guys, by the way? No. So if you guys want this shirt, you think it's cool, you can go check out links in the description below. We do have a merchandise store just for fun. I make some fun t-shirts for We Trade HQ, for the We Trade HQ fam. And it's just, like I said, it's just for fun. So if you want to go check it out, want to be part of the team, go check out some of the shirts we got over there. It's pretty good stuff. Yeah, it was only good for a day trade. Yeah. And the time to trade workhorse was yesterday. Really, it really isn't worth trading today, in my opinion. Market is, yeah, it's pretty slow overall. Yes, PVDG was one that we watched earlier in the week. Looked great as well. Still looking great now that it popped up over a penny. And that's it, guys. All right, so I'm going to let you guys go there. And thank you so much for tuning in. If you are joining me for the first time, I sure hope that I get a thumbs up from you. If you are not joining me for the first time, you better give me a thumbs up, daggone it. My regular peeps, you better be giving me, it doesn't take much work. Just click on that thumbs up to show me some additional support. And if you, again, want to come over, hang out at We Trade HQ, we are growing every single day. It's been awesome to see. So go check us out over there at WeTradeHQ.com. And that is it for me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I will see you all before the bell. B Smith is out. Have a good one, guys.